Welcome to Witchy Ways for Modern Days, the podcast where we explore spiritual tools and mystic tradition for the 21st century witch. I'm your host, Brittany from Winslow Naturals, and today's episode is a deep dive into one of the most talked about, requested, and often misunderstood practices in the spiritual community: manifestation. So what is manifestation, really? Is it just a buzzword for wishful thinking, or is there true power behind aligning your energy with the universe? How does it work, and what role does your intention, belief, and action truly play? Today we're going to go beyond these surface-level vision boards and affirmation loops, and dive deep into the metaphysical roots, the energetic science, the witchcraft connections, and the real-world applications of manifestation. So light a candle, ground yourself, and let's journey together into the art of conjuring up the life you wish to live. So what is manifestation truly? Well, at its core, manifestation is the process of bringing a thought or desire or goal into being, into reality. And this is done through focused intention, energy alignment, and belief. The word manifestation itself actually comes from the Latin word manifestar, meaning to make clear or to make obvious. So in magical terms, to manifest is really to make your internal desires clear and present in the physical realm. Manifestation isn't new. So while modern spiritual communities, witchy communities, often link it to the law of attraction or the New Thought movement in the 19th century, the roots of manifestation actually go much deeper than this. They are much, much older. So from ancient Egypt to the Hermetic principle, that is, as within, so without, spiritual traditions across cultures have recognized the power of the mind, word, and energy to shape your reality. In witchcraft, manifestation is nearly inseparable from magic. Spells, rituals, offerings, and intention setting are all forms of energetic projection, designed to align you with a specific outcome. The difference between a spell and a manifestation is often only in the language and traditions used. So when you hear people talking about scripting their dreams or visualizing their ideal life, or aligning themselves with the frequency of abundance, these people are practicing modern forms of ancient magical manifestation art, whether they realize it or not. So let's demystify the actual mechanism behind manifestation, while still honoring a bit of the mystery, because not everyone can know all. I certainly do not know all, but I can tell you and share with you what I have learned in my years of practicing. Manifestation truly works from three separate but intersecting paths. So it works on an energetic level, a psychological level, and a magical level. Bear with me for this explanation. So the first one, the energetic level. So this is the energetic principle. Sometimes this is called the law of resonance. So we often hear about the law of attraction. That one most people are familiar with. The real core of this is the law of resonance, not attraction. So this is the metaphysical concept that you are attracting not what you want, but what you are actually in vibrational harmony with. In other possibly clearer words, the frequency that you emit through your emotions, your beliefs and thoughts determines what experiences and opportunities you draw in, sometimes regardless of what you think you consciously want. Emotions are energetic signals. Fear, lack of love or desperation, these things emit dense frequency. These are heavier frequencies. Joy, trust, things like gratitude, these are going to emit lighter, higher energy. So when you visualize and feel the experience of what you want as already yours, as you already have something, you are emitting a frequency that matches that outcome. Once you do that, the universe will echo that vibration back in order to help you manifest it. So the second one, the psychological. So this is going to be the psychological principle. This is kind of where like neuroscience meets belief. So the brain doesn't fully distinguish between an imagined and a real experience. So when you consistently visualize a specific reality, your subconscious does begin to accept it as familiar. And then as your subconscious sees it as true, you begin to take aligned action, often without even realizing it. Often you have no idea you're doing it when you're doing it. This is the psychological power of repetition and self-awareness, self-concept, right? So when you believe that you are lucky or loved or successful, you're going to behave in ways that reinforce that. You're going to notice more opportunities. You're going to want to take them. You're going to act with more confidence. And so as you do this, the outside world, the energetic world, will respond accordingly based on your action. And then the third, the magical principle. So this is going to be where will, word, and ritual kind of come together in a little melting pot. So from a magical perspective, from a witch's perspective, manifestation involves the focused direction of will and intention. Often this is done through ritual, symbol, and or sacred timing. So altars, spell candles, journals, these are not tools just for comfort. They are also incredible vessels of power. Manifestation through witchcraft uses these sacred tools to help amplify your energy and send your requests into the ether for them to be answered and acknowledged. I want you to remember the old axiom, which is one of my favorite things to remind myself when I'm feeling a little bit down, things aren't going my way. Energy flows where attention goes. If you focus on something you desire, a life, an outcome you desire, the universe and its energy will bend until that becomes a true reality. All right, I can hear the questions from here. If manifestation is so powerful, why doesn't it always work? There are some common energetic and spiritual blockages that could be causing this. So the first would be a lack of focus. So if you're constantly manifesting from a place of desperation, I need this or I'm doomed. If I don't have this, I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life. You're vibrating with the energy of the lack of the thing, not abundance. If you focus on the misery or what's going to happen if you don't have something, you're going to continue not having something. Second, inconsistency, right? So if you say that you want love, but deep down, your subconscious, you still believe you are unworthy of being chosen, of being in a relationship that is healthy at all, your subconscious will create friction between want and belief. So that dissonance is going to block the flow of energy. Your outer reality will always mirror your inner truth, not your surface level desire. You can say all day, I want love, but until you believe in your core that you deserve it, it will not happen for you. So the third would be being unclear intention. The universe needs you to be specific. So a vague, I want to be happy, is too unfocused. That is way too vague. What does happiness look like to you? Where are you? What are you doing? Who are you with? The more precise the vision and the request, the hope, the more easily it will crystallize into an actual form, into reality. And then lastly, you can't just think the thought. You must feel the actual outcome. Manifestation is not passive thinking. If you are passive while you are trying to perform and manifest something, it will never happen for you. Manifestation is living, behaving, and aligning yourself as if the desire is already yours, as if this has already happened. When you become the future version of yourself, when you choose to step into those shoes and say, I am already this person I wish to become, I already am her or him or them, the timeline, your spiritual timeline, will begin to align accordingly. And your manifestations will be stronger for it. So, we're going to get practical here. We're going to talk about the manifestation toolkit, some spiritual tools or like magical methods that you can use to manifest. There are several. This is not an exhaustive list by any means, but it has enough information to get you started. So, visualization and scripting is a big one. I want you to close your eyes. Picture it. Picture what you are trying to manifest. Not just the image of what it looks like, but the feeling of having it. Then write it down in the present tense as if it has already happened. So instead of saying, I want to find my dream home, you're going to write, I have my dream home. I am living in my dream home. I'm waking up in the morning in it. The sun feels warm on my face from the bedroom window. I'm financially free. I'm creatively fulfilled. I am happy in my home. This will tell your subconscious, this is my reality. It's not a, I want this. Someday I want this. Can I move into my new home? Can I find my new home? No. I have my new home. I am comfortable and happy in my home. Being it, saying it, stating as fact, and past tense even, past tense and present tense. If you say it like that, disregard future tense entirely, the universe will align accordingly. You can also use candle magic. So colored candles are used for different intentions, like green for prosperity, pink for love, blue for calm or peace. So you're going to carve your desire into the wax, dress the candle with oil and herbs, and focus your energy into it as it burns. If this type of work is not suitable for you, if you'd prefer to purchase an intention candle that's already done, makes sense, totally fine. We do sell them, so if you're interested, we always sell so many intention candles. But you can always dress them more to your liking. A little bonus tip, you can charge your candle under whatever moon phase is appropriate for the intention you're planning to work with. So look it up, make sure that, if you're supposed to be charging this under a full moon, if it's supposed to be like a wax and gibbous, like whatever it's supposed to be, just check moon phases. Moon phase energy is very strong with candle work. And then you could create a sigil, right? So to manifest, you can create a sigil from a sentence or a word that represents your desire. You can condense it into a symbol. So you can start writing. I would not do a whole sentence. That's going to be way too confusing. Let's say, for example, my manifestation is going to be, I have a life partner. Okay, I have a life partner. So I'm going to take the first letter of each of those words. So I, H, A, L, P. I'm going to write them over each other to the point where it looks like this weird, bizarre rune. I'm creating my own sigil, and you can get creative with this. It doesn't have to be like, you don't have to write the letters right on top of each other. You can mix them, switch them, make them diagonal. Like, this is a very free-for-all sort of thing. It's very, very individual and very intentional. So you do what you want to do with that. But creating your own sigil, very, very strong. You're going to charge it with your energy. You're going to burn it or bury it or place it on an altar, whatever feels most comfortable. And these type of sigils will start to work on the subconscious plane to reroute your energy to push reality forward. So the sigil thing is a little bit more complicated than the last two that I just talked about, but it is an appropriate way that you can try manifesting. And then you can always do herbs or oils or crystals. So each plant and stone holds a unique vibration. And you can use these things to amplify spell work or daily ritual for manifesting. The way that you can mix oils, like for example, cinnamon helps make things happen quickly. Bay leaves, really good for wish fulfillment. So bay leaves are great for manifestation. When you purchase ritual oils that are already made for you, they have been put together. I'm only speaking from my personal experience as an owner of Winslow Naturals. So, and we make oils on the daily. So we put only ingredients that are attuned for that specific intention. So for example, if I'm trying to do, let's say, a luck or a success oil, I am mixing the different oil blends, right? Can't go too far into that. Mixing the different oil blends, I'm going to start adding flowers or herbs. For luck in particular, jasmine is a huge one that I make sure that is in there. Bay leaves, lotus seeds are really good. We always put like a crystal in. Just one tiny crystal chip will do so much for a formula. So if you're someone who wants to make their own oils, have at it. I think that's fantastic. There is a process with it though. Just putting random pretty things in a bottle and filling it to the top with oil and smelly good oils, that doesn't do anything. You need to make sure that things are aligned to an intention. All right. So when you are working with timing, I mentioned the moon phases a second ago, you're working with the cosmic current, right? So working with the natural flow of the universe will help to magnify your efforts for manifestation. You can use the new moon if you're trying to set fresh intentions, fresh, brand new energy. The waxing moon kind of helps to attract. It's a very drawing inward energy moon. Then you got the full moon. So the full moon is always going to be the peak of manifestation energy. It's a fantastic one to use for celebration or release. But full moon is the one I'd put a little asterisk by. Like, this one is preferred if you're trying to create a new reality for yourself. You could do the waning moon. So the waning moon is very emotional. It's good for letting go of blockages, limiting and letting go of old patterns and beliefs. So it is an extremely emotional one, but it is completely necessary. So I really like the waning moon for any sort of ritual that feels personal. That's all I got to say about that. And then you could be working with the astrological signs and the transits associated. We will go into this during a different podcast. That's going to be something that's probably multi-part as well. Anything related to astrology or zodiac, that's going to be a huge, not ordeal, but it's going to be an undertaking. We'll get to that. But you can look these things up yourself, right? So when Mercury enters Virgo, for example, that is a perfect time for manifesting detailed structure, routine. Let's say Venus enters Leo. goodness, Venus in Leo is very bold, it's very passionate, it's fantastic for love manifestation. So things like this, right? Working with the rhythm of the moon and working with the cosmic force of the planets is a form of co-creation. So you're not just the spellcaster at this point, but you are a participant in the greater conscious cycle of the universe. So let's be real, right? Manifestation is not about controlling other people. Trying to manifest a specific person or manipulate someone else's life will be a problem. Manipulating somebody else's free will and can cross into murky ethical waters. So instead, you need to focus on the essence of what you want, not the person, the essence. So rather than saying, I want Alex to fall in love with me, no, we're going to say, I call in a loving, aligned partner who respects and honors me. Also, please remember, not everyone has equal access to opportunities, and that includes equal access to their own personal magic. For some people, it is not safe for them to openly practice witchcraft. For a lot of people, actually. So they are not going to be doing as strong manifestations because they're having to spend so much energy being inward. That does happen, right? So manifestation doesn't replace privilege. It doesn't replace systemic issues or hard work. It's a tool, but it is not a cure-all. That being said, that was a tangent. That being said, belief in energy can still be very powerful forces, even if you are in difficult circumstances, especially when it is paired with action and community support, friends, family. And if you don't have that community support, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. It is not a requirement, but it can help. All right, so one of my favorite things I get asked it way more frequently than you would think. Does manifestation actually work though? Do I need to be doing it because does it work? I am skeptical. I hear that often, way too often. Okay, so let's be real. Yes, manifestation works. But, however, it does not always work in the way that you expect. So sometimes the universe will respond with an opportunity. Other times it will hand you a challenge to prepare you for what's ahead. So often manifestation does not work instantly. It requires trust in divine timing. You have to understand that you, being this fantastic witch or energy worker who is manifesting something and very focused on something, it might take a while for that to come to fruition, and that's okay. But you do need to trust divine timing. This is not Amazon Prime. The universe does not act like Amazon Prime. God, if it could, oh my gosh, amazing. I'd be so happy. It'd be so easy. Spell work would be awesome. But no, we are doing it the long way around, and that's okay. So sometimes what we think we actually want is not truly aligned with our higher path. If it has been a while, like it's been weeks or months, and your manifestation, nothing's coming to fruition. If it's not working, ask yourself, ask the universe, however you need to, is there something better being prepared for me? Like, is what I want not as good as what I actually have coming? So these things work on their own timing, right? Just because we think it's what we want and what we deserve doesn't mean there's not something better around the corner. And the universe is like, no, ma'am. You think you want this, but trust us, you will be so much happier with this new opportunity that is going to come your way. It's confusing, it can be frustrating, but we have to listen to the universe. It does know all. It truly does. The universe will always respond to questions like, asking it if there is something else being prepared to come into your life. The universe will respond, but it speaks in energy, it speaks in symbols, synchronicity. You need to learn how to listen to the universe voice. That is also something I'm probably gonna have to get into at one point, because I know that might not make sense to some people. Just listen to the energy around you as the universe attempts to communicate with you. So, to end this podcast, manifestation is not a tool, it is a way of living. It's a way of reclaiming your power as a co-creator of your life with the universe. It's not about pretending your life is perfect, but manifestation is about aligning your energy, your intention, your action towards your deepest desires. So whether you are scripting your dream life, whether you're going to light a green candle under a waxing moon, or you're simply going to start shifting your self-talk, knowing that you are already weaving magic into your reality. I am safe, I am happy, I am loved, I have all these things. The universe will fall in line behind you. Your words are spells. Your thoughts are seeds that will grow as long as you nurture them appropriately. Your energy is sacred, and the universe will treat it as such. So that's all I have for today's episode of Witchy Ways for Modern Days. So if this episode sparked something within you, if you could please be sure to subscribe, like the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. That would be fantastic. If you could leave a review as well, that would be wonderful. You can share it with your fellow witches, mystics, etc. And of course, if you're looking for ritual kits or manifestation oils or handcrafted magical tools, you can always visit us at winslownaturals.com or join us live on TikTok. Currently, that is Monday through Wednesdays, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until next time, guys, please keep weaving your magic, speaking manifestation into existence. And please remember, the universe is always listening. Blessed be.